Not walls of fire, not a rogue asteroid, and not even a nuclear warhead. But within a single millisecond, a terrifying silence will sweep across the entire planet, burying the screams of every living creature right inside their throats. Imagine, brother, standing right where you are when suddenly the blue sky above turns pitch black in a single second. The 50-story concrete building beneath you dissolves into dust, evaporating into thin air, while your eardrums rupture with a violent pop. Without any warning, without any alarm, the entire world begins to collapse all at once. And all of this happens if Earth loses its oxygen for just 5 seconds. You might think, it's only 5 seconds, I'll just hold my breath, right? But brother, that is the single biggest and most horrifying misconception in human history, because before the 6th second even arrives, there won't be a single human left on this planet alive to tell the tale. Picture yourself right now, wherever you are, in your room, walking down the street or sitting in your car. As that very first second strikes, something happens in the sky that completely shatters the minds of deep thinkers and scientists alike. Have you ever wondered why the sky appears blue during the day? It's because oxygen molecules in the air scatter sunlight. But the moment oxygen vanishes, that vibrant blue instantly disappears in a millisecond. In broad daylight, a terrifying curtain of pitch-black darkness drops over the world, as if the sun has been extinguished forever. But a black sky is just the opening visual. The real devastation begins when a violent blast echoes inside your ears that you simply cannot endure. An agonizing wave of pain rips through your skull as both your eardrums rupture simultaneously. Blood begins streaming from your nose and ears, leaving you completely deaf in a fraction of a second. But why did this happen? All you tried to do was hold your breath. Here's the reality, brother. 21% of the atmospheric pressure we live in exists purely because of oxygen. When that 21% of air vanishes in a millisecond, the air pressure drops so violently, it's as if you were suddenly thrown down from twice the height of Mount Everest. Over 36,000 feet up in the sky. The pressure inside your inner ear and the environment outside becomes so fiercely unbalanced that your eardrums tear to shreds. But as you collapse to the ground, deaf and covered in blood, your eyes will catch sight of the surrounding buildings, and what you see will completely shatter your sanity. Every massive skyscraper, every giant bridge, every concrete dam, and your very own house will disintegrate into fine dust and powder in less than a second, without a single sound or explosion. We often assume concrete is just a solid wall of stone and cement. But the reality is, friend, what actually holds concrete together? Oxygen. Oxygen is the invisible chemical glue binding all those concrete molecules into a solid structure. The moment oxygen disappears, concrete loses all its binding power instantly. Imagine being inside a 100-story building. You won't just fall. The entire structure beneath your feet crumbles into fine dust in a millisecond, sending you free-falling alongside thousands of tons of debris. But wait, if you're standing on the ground thinking you've survived, throw that delusion right out the window, because the most terrifying truth is about to strike from directly beneath your feet. You probably think the ground we walk on is made of solid stone and heavy rock. But here lies a mind-bending paradox that makes every geologist break out in a cold sweat. Did you know that nearly 46% of Earth's crust, the very ground beneath our feet, is made purely of oxygen? Yes, my friend, nearly half of our planet's surface is oxygen. The soil, rocks and minerals are tightly locked into rigid structures with oxygen atoms. So what happens when 46% of the ground vanishes in an instant? The Earth won't just slip from under your feet. The entire crust will literally dissolve into nothingness. Every city, every mountain, and every car will enter a terrifying free fall toward Earth's core, inside a colossal abyss. Everywhere you look, there's only a swirling ocean of dust and falling debris with no solid ground and no shelter. But as you plummet into this chasm of dissolved Earth, can you survive simply by holding your breath? That is when a violent biological attack strikes, shattering your very existence. You might think, if there's no oxygen outside, I'll just trap the air inside my lungs. But brother, that mistake will be the absolute last one you ever make. If you try holding your breath in that moment, your lungs will violently explode inside your chest like a bomb, because the external air pressure instantly drops to near zero. The air trapped inside your lungs expands so fiercely that it tries to rupture straight through your rib cage. Not only that, all the blood and internal fluids in your body will immediately start boiling. As extreme low pressure drops the boiling point of liquids drastically, your veins will swell to their breaking point. But the nightmare isn't over yet, brother. The sun is about to launch a deadly assault that will burn your body alive. Have you ever heard of the ozone layer? That invisible shield protecting Earth from the sun's lethal radiation. Ozone is nothing more than a combination of 3 oxygen atoms. Without oxygen, the ozone layer vanishes in a millisecond. And without ozone, those lethal cancer-causing ultraviolet C rays strike your skin directly with zero protection. If you're out in the sun, your skin will char within 2 seconds, as if someone poured boiling acid over you and set it ablaze. Instant third-degree burns will cover your entire body, and all of this happens while you are deaf. The ground has collapsed beneath you, and buildings are crumbling into dust around you. Now consider what happens to all the world's technology, vehicles, and metals. You've probably noticed that when 2 pieces of iron touch, they don't stick together without welding. But do you know why? It's because the oxygen in our air creates a thin, protective oxidation layer over every metal, preventing them from fusing together. But the moment oxygen disappears for 5 seconds, this oxidation layer vanishes instantly. The result, atmospheric cold welding. Every piece of uncoated metal on Earth will permanently weld to any other metal it touches. Car engines, factory machinery, and the internal components of your electronics will instantly fuse into solid blocks. High up in the sky, jet engines on thousands of commercial airplanes will freeze in a split second, their combustion flames extinguished, sending thousands of aircraft plummeting toward Earth like giant rocks. But friend, I'm about to reveal the single biggest and most terrifying open loop in this entire scenario. A question that will completely rewire your brain. Have you ever wondered what happens to all our oceans, rivers, and lakes? All the water on Earth is H2O, made of hydrogen and oxygen. Chemically speaking, 89% of water's total mass is pure oxygen. Now do the math. If 89% of that mass vanishes in a single second, what is left behind? Pure, highly explosive hydrogen gas. Yes, brother. All the world's oceans, containing trillions of liters of water, will expand into a massive cloud of pure hydrogen gas in a single millisecond. And what is the nature of hydrogen gas? It is the lightest and most explosive gas in existence. The moment oxygen vanishes, every ocean will instantly boil off and surge upward into the atmosphere. All marine life, blue whales, sharks, coral reefs, will evaporate into thin air in 1 second. What happens when oxygen vanishes from Earth in 5 minutes? The entire planet transforms into a desolate wasteland without a single drop of water, enveloped only by vast, expanding clouds of explosive hydrogen gas. Now imagine 4 seconds have passed. You are deaf. Your skin is charred from ultraviolet radiation. 46% of the ground beneath you, along with every skyscraper, has collapsed. Thousands of planes are falling from the sky like stones, and all the oceans have transformed into atmospheric hydrogen gas. Your mind desperately whispers, just 1 more second. The 5th second will end, oxygen will return, air will flow again, and everything will go back to normal, right? But brother, wait. Here comes the final twist that will shatter whatever little sanity you have left. The moment those 5 seconds end and oxygen makes its comeback, what happens? Does life just restart? No. As oxygen re-enters the atmosphere after the 5th second, it collides with trillions of cubic meters of pure hydrogen gas filling the air. And between atmospheric cold welding, static friction, and falling aircraft, thousands of sparks have already ignited. The scientific truth is simple. When pure hydrogen meets pure oxygen with even a tiny spark present, what happens? A global thermonuclear chemical explosion that turns the entire planet into a fireball as hot as the surface of the sun in a single second. A cosmic blast of epic proportions will rip through Earth's atmosphere, sending shockwaves across the solar system. The planet-wide explosion will be so immense that whatever debris and dust remained will instantly vaporize into flames. The return of oxygen isn't our salvation, it is our final extermination. Following this global fireball, Earth will have no air left, no water, no land, and no human survivors. Our vibrant blue planet will become nothing more than a charred, black, desolate rock drifting endlessly through the darkness of space. So you see, brother, 5 seconds. Just 5 tiny seconds. A fleeting moment we waste every single day without a second thought. These 5 seconds feel so ordinary to us that we never comprehend their true value. Yet these invisible chemical bonds and oxygen atoms are the only shield standing between us and complete annihilation, keeping this entire planet alive. Realizing how fragile life is, how simple it seems, yet how precariously it balances on a dangerously complex edge, that thought alone shatters human ego in a fraction of a second. If this mind-bending reality check blew your mind, friend, hit that like button right now and leave a comment telling me which part of this 5-second apocalypse terrified you the most. And for more deep scientific mysteries, cosmic paradoxes, and mind-expanding what-if scenarios, subscribe to Ruthless Intellect right now, because our next thought experiment is going to shatter your reality even further.